if you are not able to see my screen, or if you are not able to hear my voice, please let me know. I'm not going to talk about more the technical aspect of artificial intelligence. So I'll be more focusing on what is these implications and applications level of artificial intelligence in different fields. So I will be talking about different areas which is having high penetration of artificial intelligence. I will be talking about artificial intelligence and health, and AI and transportation, communication, cognition, creativity. Then I will be talking about artificial intelligence and the implications in e-commerce. Then the last, we will be discussing about artificial intelligence and certain privacy matters. Okay, so these are the topics, areas which I'm going to talk about. Okay, I'm planning to this talk for talking about 1.5 hours. My presentation will be 1.5 hours, and after that I will give you 30 minutes for a Q&A. No? So if you have any kind of clarification, or if you have any doubts, you can drop your queries in the chat box. I can read out that questions and answer. Otherwise, we can initiate the question and answer sessions. Okay, so this is what I'm planning for this today presentation. As I told you before, I'm not going to discuss about more technical side of artificial intelligence. Generally, this is a very general definition of artificial intelligence. It is nothing like the theory and development of computer systems able to perform different tasks normally requiring human intelligence. So this is a very basic definition of artificial intelligence. So before starting the artificial intelligence, let me talk about the technology. What kind of technology we were using before, and what are the new technologies or currently we are using. So if you take an example of the all computer, you see you need to have you need a very big space to accommodate a computer. We need a large space, but only a little information you can store. You could store in that systems. So this is picture shows that the computer in the very old age, old age computers. But today we can see the mini computer like your cell phone that you can take in your hand. So it is only need a little space, but you can store a large information. So that is a basic difference between the systems in the past and the systems in the present. And it is not only you can store large information, but also it replaces many other devices. Like if you have a mobile, you don't need to have a watch. You can have a you can see the time, and you don't need a calculator. You don't need a calendar, or even come to know this you can predict the weather. You can identify the temperature, everything. So the new system, it's very the space is very little, but the information you can store in a large amount. So that is a basic difference between the system in the past and the present. If you talk about technology we use both inside and outside your body. Okay, so these are the pictures you can show that there are certain devices, technological devices you can use for helping for locomotion, and like a cranial cap, that is also you can use as a technological devices to scan the human body. And also there are devices which you can use as like a spectacles or bracelet or shoes, any wearable devices. And sometimes you can use your skin as a screen. And many technologies, the people they inject the very micro chips inside the body to to store the biometric data from the human body. So technology you can use both inside and outside the body. If we come to talk about artificial intelligence, there are two type of artificial intelligence. It's a very broad classification. One is called a narrow artificial intelligence. Another one is called a very strong artificial intelligence. And one more third category, it is super artificial intelligence that we'll discuss at the end of the session. You might be knowing very familiar about this Google Assistant, Alexa, or Apple phone Siri. So these are example of narrow artificial intelligence. You can ask the Google Assistant to play music, or Alexa also you can ask to the play your favorite music, and Siri also you can ask to dial the number. So this kind of very narrow artificial intelligence, it perform based upon the command, whatever command you give to these systems. So these are the basic example of very narrow artificial intelligence. In every aspect of artificial intelligence, the main oil is data. You need to feed a huge amount of data to get the work done by any artificial intelligence systems. So in technology, it is called as a new oil. Data is a new oil, and that is the power behind artificial intelligence. It is a new oil, called as a new oil, because if once you feed the data, you can use this data again. You can reuse the data in a different purpose. But when comparing to the the new oil and the natural oil, for example, if you are using this petrol or diesel, you cannot use that again. Once it used, it is finished, it's over. It is what you call non-renewable resources. But data is an oil which you can use in different purposes. Once you use the data, you can reuse the data in a different purposes. So repurpose, that is the main point under the new data, as we call it as a new oil. The basic technique behind artificial intelligence is algorithms. Algorithms is nothing like I just giving very simple idea about the computer algorithms. It is a program, okay, computer program. So you have to feed into the system step by step exactly what you want to perform by the system. And once you feed the data, the computer then execute the program by step. So this kind of programming is called as algorithms. That is the basic technique behind the artificial intelligence. Okay, the first sector we talk about the artificial intelligence and health. As I told you before, there are many devices are available to monitor your human body. We have technological devices like portable devices, like wristwatch, or e-textiles, like you can wear any jacket which assess your sweat content from the your human body, and it will also assess the cardiovascular impulse signal. And there are many other attachable devices like a skin patch. It will attach into the human skin, so that through that patch it will assess the human blood pressure, monitor the different kind of body fluid, your heart rate, your this BP, temperature, everything you can assess. And there are other devices which you can take inside the body. It's called implantable or ingestible devices, like these smart pills or bio ink, so that you can take it inside the body, so that will just record the biometric data, whatever mechanisms happens inside the body. It is not harmful to the body. So once the devices perform their activity, it is automatically demolished. That is the way it programs. So these are the three different type of devices which we use for assessing the human body. You may be aware about these different wearable devices, like a Google Fit. It is already started a campaign like to make a perfect health. Okay, so many people are wearing these smart watches or wrist watches. People are very healthy. Okay, but they're wearing to the smart devices to assess their the body mechanisms. And so it will help if you have any kind of health problems, such as the beginning of a cancer or something. It can be nipped in the beginning. So people are very healthy, but still they are wearing these devices, technological devices, both inside and outside these our human body, to collect the biometric data and assess your your health profile. And this is one application called Deadline. So if they'll give you one wrist, like a wristwatch. It launched in 2014. Okay, Microsoft launched a device. It's just we call a smart armband that you can wear on the wrist. So this armband constantly measure your heartbeat, and it is also measured how much time you are sleeping in every day, and how many steps you are taking in every day, and everything, whatever body functions happen inside your body, it constantly assess the smart armband. And also it will give you a time, the time, how much years you have left. It means that if you are wearing this device, it will give you your expiry date based upon your current habit. If you want to change your expiry habit, you need to go for more physical exercise, or you can change your diet patterns, or you change your habits, so your expiry date may change. So this is an application. It is performed by artificial intelligence, give you the your expiry date, calculating your current habits. And Google also they also help to track different type of epidemics. This is just an example of how Google launched a Google flu trends. Like Google started searching, is there any pandemic or epidemic taken place in any localities. So what Google needs, for example, I'm not feeling good, so I just sending a mail to my colleague that I'm not coming to the department, I'm not feeling good, I have vomiting, nausea or something, that is enough. That is I send a mail to my friend, so that is enough for a Google to identify is there any epidemic or a flu trend. For example, if I'm sending a mail from sitting in my home, and there are many people are sending the mail from the same place. Okay, so the Google identify which place the more people are sending emails. The emails consist of many symptoms of flu, like headache, nausea, vomiting. So the Google itself identify, okay, this place is having a problem with many people having the problem with the pandemic or epidemic. So you don't need to go to the hospital and consult the doctor that you have a flu or something, and the doctor record your name and everything, and this file transfer to the health authorities, and finally they come to know that, okay, this place is like the spread of diseases. There is no need of this kind of lengthy procedures. Only thing is you need to allow the Google to read your email from your computer. So it will the artificial intelligence systems, it automatically analyze if have any kind of epidemic or any flu alarms. And another device, this is developed in Yale University. It is called artificial pancreas. This is the device for future diabetes treatment. And as you know that there we have two enzyme, insulin and glucagon hormones, that controls the sugar level in the blood. So if you have a device, this device is have two tubes inside the insert inside the body, and and a device that you can keep outside the body. So all the time this machine, can analyze whatever happened inside your body. It analyze the amount of glucagon and insulin in your blood, and the information they keep on passing to the system. So the system analyze if you have what you call, if you have more insulin than glucagon, and according to that application, it will inform the machine that you need to pump more insulin. So you don't need any kind of human intervention for what you call making a normal sugar level in your blood. You only need a artificial pancreas. So it itself assess the amount of insulin and glucagon in the blood, and it will automatically give the necessary order to the pump which injected the amount of glucagon or insulin, whatever need in the body. So this is also developed by IBM Watson company, and this devices is completely working under this surveillance of artificial intelligence. You don't need to go to a doctor to check your blood sugar level, and you don't need any human beings to control this machine. Another device you can see in the health sector is smart diaper. Okay, it's a smart diaper you just wear by the baby. So if this is called Pixie Scientific Cells, that's the company name. They developed the smart diapers. It analyzed the baby poop for clues about the baby's medical condition. If the baby have any kind of health problems, it identify by the baby poops. So once the baby poops into this smart diaper, you can see a rectangle, that the picture on the diaper. So it is a panel with the different colors, and inside the panel they have a lot of dry reagent. It is interacting with the protein, water, and bacteria which came out through the poop of the baby. And if the baby have any kind of health problems, that color it change. If that orange color, and it will change from yellow, orange, and red. If that after the baby poop the color it is yellow, then it is mean that the baby health condition is normal. And if the color change, it come to the orange, then it says that baby having minute health problems. And if the color changes to red, it means that baby having severe health problems. And if you see that the code it turns into red color, so what you're going to do is you take your cell phone and scan the QR code. So every result comes to your smartphone. So this is the baby's problem. Not only the result comes in your smartphone, it will give you, if you have a AI devices, it will suggest you the best doctor available in your locality. Okay, if you allow the system to take the data, everything, so the system itself make an appointment to the doctor on behalf of you. So this is completely working under the system of artificial intelligence. Itself assess the baby medical condition, and the system also has search for the best doctor available in your locality, and also the system will make an appointment on behalf of you. This is another health sector you can use in 23andMe. It's a company. They started analyzing the genetic mapping. So this is a company name, 23andMe. 23 mean you have 23 pairs of chromosome, right? And me, that is the meaning of the company. And if you want to know that you have any kind of genetic problem in any future problem may come. So if you have any doubts, you just pay $99 to the company. You send $99 online. So the company send you a pack. So you open the pack, you can see a tube. So you open the tube and you spit it inside the tube and seal it and send to the company. So the company read your DNA in your saliva, and you get the result online. It is not only giving the genetic dispositions, like if you have any kind of future problem for getting cancer or diabetes or any psychological disorders, everything it will assess through the saliva. It will assess the major potential health hazards you face, and also it will give you 90 traits of your conditions. It may ranging from your baldness to blindness. So your future potential diseases you can easily identify by just paying $99 to 23andMe. So everything will be analyzed, assessed by the artificial intelligence. Okay, and the second one is artificial intelligence and transportation. What are the changes happening now in the transportation in these areas? Everybody aware about GPRS. You know, once you go for any ride, people usually use for a Google Map. So this is a device which is inbuilt by artificial intelligence. So the Waze is more than a GPS devices. Okay. For example, if you have a Waze artificial intelligent devices inside your vehicle, you can command the Waze to just take me to my home to the shortest route. Or if you make a command that, okay, I want to go to Delhi, but I need to see the most beautiful sceneries, you know, because my family is also with me. So take me to a road which have more scenic beauties. So the Waze help you to take that road which have more scenic beauties. Or you can command the Waze that, okay, we are hungry, so take me a route which has good hotels. And you can also ask, take me a route to Delhi which is least polluted. In that way, whatever command you give, exactly it will goes, you know, it will help you to reach the destination. It is not only helping in that way. Suppose I'm commanding Waze to, okay, take me to Delhi which has least traffic. Everybody, you know, choose to this command. If everyone, for example, 100 people or 1,000 people are commanding the same thing, 1,000 people are going to Delhi with the least traffic road. If everybody giving the same command, so automatically it will be a very heavy traffic in the particular route. But what Waze does is, if Waze come to know that, okay, this is going to be havoc, you know, going to be a big traffic jam. So Waze can come to know that, and Waze 50 for example, it is 1,000 travelers. The information it is hide from this information for 500 passengers. The Waze hide this information, and it divert into the other directions. You don't need any human beings to tell that. Okay, so intelligently it will analyze that, okay, if it is a huge passengers giving the command, so it will be huge traffic. So Waze automatically hide this information from 50% of passengers, and it will divert into the other route. So that is the way Waze operate, powered by the artificial intelligence. If you talk about automation, mean transportation, no, this is the age of automation. Okay, there is no need for a human to control the what do you call the transportation. For example, the Tesla company, they started a self-driving car. You know, you could see that self-driving car in what do you call this scientific fiction movies. But Tesla company already started their first generation self-driving car. So many people they refuse to travel in a car without a human driver. And but they had a trial for 2 months in the Europe. So after the trial, they came to know that there are more 92% of decreased in the accident rate. Tesla is a completely automated car, and it is 100% pollution free because it is an electric car, and you don't need a driver to you know, to reach the destination. You just get inside the car, you just type your destination, it will goes, and you know, it will drop you at the destination. So that is a beauty of a self-driving car, and it is more protective. And if it is self-driving car, people may think that, okay, if it is completely self-driving car, it may get into accident, you know, there are chances. But see the self-driving car, for example, if you have 100 self-driving car, this 100 self-driving car are mutually connected. Okay, so each and every car, they know each other, where they are going, where they are coming, what is the speed of the vehicle, is it possible to overtake, what is the traffic signal, everything is connected, all cars are connected, so there are very less chances of getting accident. So the next G2 generation, the Tesla company, they are planning to make a full traffic completely automated. Traffic signals, there won't be any traffic police to control the car. So once they automate the traffic signals and the automated car, they're planning to do like that. Okay, so what they suggest that it will be better to reduce the pollution and also the accident. And the government is also ready to start up this their G2 generations, and it is not only affecting the transportation area, and now the insurance companies, they are giving insurance only to self-driving cars, and they are giving insurance only to the electric cars. Okay, so it is also affecting in the commercial sector also. Once we started the automation in the century, it is not only affecting the transportation areas, it will affect in all areas. Like once automation comes, self-driving car comes, then automatically this insurance companies, they are giving insurance only to this car. If you have a car with a petrol or diesel car, you won't get insurance. Okay, and the next project of the Tesla is community car. It's a G3 concept car. Community car is nothing like, for example, see, I am staying outside, I come to the department. So if I have a car, okay, I'll drive my car from my home to the department. It will take only 15 minutes. Then rest of the time, I just park my car in the car parking area. And after 5:36, I just I'll take my car and I'll go back to my home. So in a day, I use only for 30 minutes. I use 30 minutes. I use my car 30 minutes in a daily basis, and rest of the time the car is still parking, in the area, parking area. So G3 generation is a concept car where it's a completely automated car. So once you have a G3 Tesla car, you just take your cell phone and press the button, so the car will come and it will pick you and drop to the office. And after dropping office, the car will go to other services. And if it is 5:30, you just take the phone and click the button, and your car will come and we pick and drop you at the doorsteps. And the car will go for another, other services. So if you have a community car, you can earn money also, extra money you can have. And this car is completely electronic and automated car. So zero pollution, accident rate is also very less. So in the future, you can expect Tesla's community cars all over the world. This is the man behind Tesla company. You know that Elon Musk, he's founder of SpaceX, and the new news also came. He has a SpaceX company, like a private tourism, space tourism. He already started making the spaceship, so you can go to the space and come back in the next vacation in a very cheaper rate. People are comparing him like India Geo service in India. It's very cheap, right? The same way, if you go to the space travel tourism, this is the best way to book the ticket in a cheaper rate. SpaceX company, they started making the spaceship. They have 3 demonstration. They tie up with the NASA, and the first demo is they need to send the spaceship to the space without any passengers, completely automated. So they successfully launched that. The spaceship went to the space, and it is launched back. Okay, it came back. And the second test is abort test. Suppose if the spaceship is traveling with the passengers, if something happened in between, so what is the security of the passengers? So in that test, what they did, they launched a spaceship, and in the middle of that the space, they intentionally made some errors. So if they made in some errors, that capsule, it is called a capsule where the passengers are sitting, the capsule automatically ejected and it is landed in the earth. So the passengers, it was not the real passengers, like dummies. So it came back to the earth very normally. So the second test is also they passed out, and the third test, they send this spaceship with the real crews, okay, the real and the human beings. And this demo also they successfully carried out, and finally the NASA agreed to have a tie-up with the SpaceX company. So this is a Dragon launch, and you can see this is the picture inside the spaceship. You won't see any button or lever or something like that. It is completely the screen, and it is more than 80% of these functions are automated. It means that you don't need any human beings to control a spaceship. Every functions are controlled. Most of the functions are controlled by artificial intelligence. That is what I am telling, that if Elon Musk he is able to do a automation in a highly sophisticated spaceship, so it is very easy to make automation in the four-wheeler. So next we come to the communication, artificial intelligence and the communication. This is a personality judgment. Okay, if you sorry, if we have a there is a I'll tell you one scenario. Okay, one girl called Mary. Mary has two friends. One is John and Paul, and Mary want to marry either one, John or Paul, but both are very good friends. So she's a little bit confused. So Mary asked an artificial intelligence device to just select a partner for me because I'm really confused. So the artificial intelligence device said, okay, don't worry, Mary, because I know you since the date you were born, and I have read all your emails, and I have checked, I know your Facebook friends, and I checked your Twitter accounts, everything I know. And also I checked the profile of Paul and John. So according to their digital footprints I have analyzed, so it shows that yeah, for a better marital life you will be better with John than Paul. But what happened, Paul is more handsome than John. So the artificial intelligence system says to Mary that I know that you won't like my answer because you are giving more importance on physical appearance. So you may like Paul than John, but you trust me, I have gone through the recent researches on regarding the successful marriage relationship. So it shows only the 70% impact on the physical appearance for a successful marriage relationship. So in this way, if you want to find a partner also, an artificial intelligence system, it will analyze based upon individual digital footprints. It is called as a digital footprints. Whatever information you have aired, like your Facebook account, your Twitter, your Google, what are the things you are sharing in the Facebook, what are the command you are making, what about your friend circle, what kind of friends you have, everything will analyze by the sophisticated artificial intelligence system, and it will predict more accurately about your personality. So there is a study conducted based upon which is better personality assessment procedure. It is by any psychological test, or it is by an artificial intelligence device. So it shows that the computer judgment of people personalities based upon the digital footprints, it is more accurate and valid than judgment made by human beings. If you ask your friends, your family, your spouse, or your college about your personality, they'll tell you some personality, but if you ask an artificial intelligence device, it will predict more accurate personality, what kind of personality you are. And the next revolution of artificial intelligence in call center services, like if you it is called as a chatbots. For example, I'm using a service. Okay, for example, I'm using a Airtel service, but for the last 5-6 months, I'm feeling very bad because the network is very poor. So I just called the customer service center. So somebody picked the phone. I was so irritated, you know, so I raised my voice. Maybe a problem for the customer services. So in the chatbots, what they do, if you call to the customer service, the chatbots pick your call and they ask questions. What is your queries? So based upon the 3 minutes of talk, they analyze what kind of personality you have. It is based upon the tone you are using, the type of words you are using to convey your message, and your intonation, everything, your tone of voice, intonation, and the type of word you use to communicate for giving the complaint. It is also analyzed by an artificial intelligence system, and it will divert the call into the agent with having the same personality. So a system will assess your personality, and at the same time the system they throw the call to the exact agent with having the exact personality. So the both have the same personality, you can get a better customer service. So this is a future of call center services. You can see a lot of chat bots for customer services, especially in the e-commerce. Another device is called Cortana. It's a digital assistant. You know, like you have a Windows version, you have a Windows 10, 97, XP. Like, you know, in the future, there is another version of Windows. It's called Cortana. Cortana is like a software, like artificial intelligence software. You allow Cortana to read your files, check your emails, and every file and folder. You know, you need to give access to read Cortana to read it. So Cortana is just like a personal assistant. Okay, Cortana has two devices. One is your system as a Cortana, and you can wear a device, you know, wearable devices. So that is also constantly assessing the biometric data from your body. For example, if you are a businessman, your Cortana says, hey, yesterday I have received a mail from your boss, so you have a meeting today. You don't need to go and check your mail, what is the mail you're coming, nothing. Like Cortana will tell everything. He tells, okay, day after tomorrow is your spouse's birthday, and just you know, get a gift for her or him. And it also alert, okay, you need to take the medicine before going to bed. And it also alert, okay, don't read too much today because tomorrow you have a meeting at 10:30, so sleep early. Okay, if you are going for a meeting and you are not that much confident, okay, your Cortana assess your biometrical data, and it will inform you that, see, I have analyzed your biometric data, you have very high heart rate and your dopamine level is very low. So during these circumstances, you had committed many mistakes. So if you're going for a meeting, don't take any decisions right now. Everything make tentative. In this way, Cortana give assistance. So it's everything. Your emotions, Cortana can easily analyze your emotions, your biometric data, analyze the biometric data, and it will give you suggestions. Now, for example, I'll tell you now, just now, don't take any decision right now. Everything make tentative. So that is a decision coming from Cortana. So a digital device, an artificial device, are able to track your emotions, and they are able to give suggestions. So this is a future version of Windows. Okay, then next is AI and cognition. Okay, human beings are thinking that this is the superiority, intelligence is a superiority of human beings. Still 1997. What happened in 1997? There was a chess match between Garry Kasparov, the world famous chess champion, and Deep Blue. It's a machine. So Gary, I'm sorry. So the Deep Blue machine defeated the world famous chess champion Garry Kasparov in 1997. So that is the end of dominance of human intelligence. People come to know that there are better intelligent machines than human beings in 1997. But in 2017, 1997 story is a very old story, but it's a new story about a chess championship, chess match between a machine and a machine. In 2017, December 7, there was a milestone in the area of the digital technologies. Like there was a chess match between a Google AlphaZero, one computer program, and another one is a Stockfish 8 program. The two programs. Okay, Stockfish 8 was the world champion since 2017. Stockfish 8 program, that that computer, it was able to perform 17 millions of chess steps in a second. 70 millions of chess movement in a second. It could perform like that. It's very fast and very accurate. Those program, okay, that is a program which feed through this Stockfish 8 system. But in 2017, Google AlphaZero program defeated Stockfish 8 program. So you know that Google AlphaZero, the program, it takes only 4 hours to build this program, but the same program defeated a Stockfish 8 program. It was the machine was the best, the chess champion since 2017. So what happened to what is really happened to Stockfish 8? Stockfish 8 is an artificial intelligence devices, but Google AlphaZero is also an artificial intelligence device, but Google AlphaZero program was inbuilt by machine learning. Google AlphaZero learned nothing from a human beings. They feed only 80,000 basic steps. And Google AlphaZero program, they started playing against itself, and it mastered the chess, the chess game. And finally, Google AlphaZero defeated Stockfish 8 programs. So Google AlphaZero, it is the latest machine learning technology inbuilt by artificial intelligence. So this machine learning technology is one of the deepest aspect in the field of artificial intelligence that we'll discuss in the later slides. Okay, and this is I'm talking about AI and cognition. Okay, so I mean intelligence is not the monopoly of human beings. And next we discuss about artificial intelligence and creativity. You know that human beings are more creative individuals. We thought like that. So let me introduce David Cope. He's a musicology professor in the University of California. Okay, he's a very controversial figure in the area of music. And there is a question that will musicians ever be replaced by robots? So David Cope, he invented a EMI. EMI mean experiment in musical intelligence machine. And it has taken more than 7 years to build that intelligent machine. After 7 years, within 1 day, that intelligent machine composed 5,000 chorals. 5,000 chorals in a single day. It is not only composed 5,000 chorals, the machine itself composed classical music, and the machine also started composing operas and concerts music as well. So in David Cope also, he doesn't have any idea about what kind of music a machine can compose in the future. And David Cope is also invented another artificial intelligence machine called Annie. And David Cope doesn't have any idea about what kind of music Annie can compose in next time. And he also launched an album, classical music composed by a computer. Okay, people think that human beings only learn creative in the field of music, especially in the classical music. But Annie, the machine compose both classical music as well, better than human beings. And The next is artificial intelligence and education. What are the major changes we can expect in the future of education? You can see in the future will be more focused upon the problem-based learning instead of rote learning. It will be more focusing on new solution to the new problems. So people started thinking that it's not only the one right answer. They can find out multiple, right answer for a single problem. Let's see. Today is the 21st program of your college. So I'll speak about what is the 21st century skills. 21st century skills we can call as like 4 C's, like communication, collaboration, critical thinking, and creativity. I have seen many programs, where they train the teachers, students to may have to acquire more 21st century skills. But this is an example I am showing you that how these computers, artificial intelligence systems, they perform better communications with the customers, and how they collaborate with different devices like electric cars, and critical thinking, how they make intelligence games like chess play, and how creative, how machines are composing music, better than human beings. So my question is, what kind of 21st century skills you are going to teach to your students? Because there are machines which perform much more better than human beings in this 4 C's in 21st century skills. This is a question for you. You just have a think about it. And in education sector, you can see if you have artificial intelligence systems, it can assess on time. I'll just give you one example. Okay, there is a lab here, so you can have 3 buttons. One is green button, and blue button, and yellow button. If you are what you call demonstrating, if you are trying to do any experiment, so I suggest you, okay, if you are doing an experiment, if you are so happy and you could do the experiment, so press this green button. Okay, so once you stuck in between, you don't know how to what is the next step, there is a pause in between, so you are confused in between, then press the blue button, and you don't know what is the next step. You stuck somewhere and you don't know how to proceed. It's totally stuck. Then you press the yellow button. So this is a activity they need to do. So people, they do their experiment, and the same time they press the button also, but they're happy, they press the green button, and they sometimes they confuse, they press the blue button, and they completely stuck, they press the yellow button. So the students are continuously pressing these 3 buttons. After the experiment, an intelligent device, it will make individual what you call scoring, which student having a problem with this experiment, on what stage the particular student got stuck, and what is that and how many times he got doing very interestingly. So in this kind, if it is 100 students, you get 100 individual reports by an artificial intelligence systems. So suppose you are a teacher, you are giving a test to a student. After the test, you need to evaluate, you need to go back to your home and you evaluate at the midnight, or you cannot evaluate 100 students at the same time. Human beings cannot do that, cannot perform. But an artificial intelligent device, it can assess n number of people at the single time. So in future, there are chances to have the AI assistance technology inside your classrooms to assess it to assessment on time. In education sector, that AI system will help you more personalization rather than standardization. Okay, though it will help to make giving more importance on the personalization. And the last education summit by UNESCO in the Sustainable Development Goal 4, it is also giving importance on the promoting lifelong learning, and also lifelong learning through the artificial intelligence. It also addressed in the UNESCO's education meet on 2000 within 2030. The goal is to promote artificial intelligence and technology in the education sector. For example, you see in what are the changes comes in artificial intelligence in the education sector. Like you may be knowing that there are certain Kindles, versions. You can read the books. You can download the books. You can read it in Kindle, like a tab. In future, Kindle, like powered by artificial intelligence, like how they assess. If you have a Kindle with artificial intelligence, you read the material, looking at the screen. You read novel, you read your notebook, whatever maybe. You are reading some materials. The devices has its own camera. The devices, if you are reading the books, the devices come to know that, okay, what are the books you are reading, and which is your interesting thing, which you sometimes you read more focusing on the particular paragraph. Sometimes you skip the page. Sometimes you feel happy to read through the notes. Sometimes you feel very sad by reading that particular content. Everything will be assessed by a AI Kindle. It means that if you are reading the books also start reading you. So at last, the AI Kindle give you some suggestions also based upon your current reading. You like this kind of stories, everything. So your interest, your attitude, and everything will be identified by AI system. Okay. So once you read a book, and the book also reading you. These are certain these intelligent assistant systems which we use in the field of education, like Zyamo. It's a learning assistance. It's a personalized study partner. Okay, if you it reduce the teacher burden. If you have any kind of what we call any doubts, you can ask to the Zyamo. You can clarify that. And it is tested in many massive online courses, and it was so successful. So this kind of device is a learning assistant. It will come in the coming future. Visrom is another artificial intelligence devices. Like in a classroom, you can see two teachers. One is the human being physically, and another teacher is just like a device and a camera or something like that, but embedded with artificial intelligence. So nothing like if you go to the class, you take the class, and after the class you come back, but there is a virtual teacher inside the classroom. It assesses what are the how many students are concentrated in your classrooms, how many students were sleepy, how many students were active, and how was your performance, was student were attentive. Everything will assessed by the Visrom. Okay. So this kind of devices helps to have a assessment of the children. Okay, you just go take the class and come back. You can get an assessment from Visrom about the nature of the students, how attentive they are. X5 Gen is also another artificial intelligence devices. It's a if you have any if you want to do any project or any doubts, you can just command to the X5 Gen. So it will access that content from OER from everywhere. Just give me a second.
WhatsApp कर देता है 4, 5, 6 left.
So in OER content, they take the system itself take content from educational open resources, and according to the student needs. For example, a 5th standard student, they want to do a project on the importance of sex education, for example. So they give a command to X5 Gen to have, I need to make a project on the importance of sex education. It's a project for 5th standard students. So you don't need to have more information. And the important thing is you need information only for a child which is studying in 5th standard according to their level. So X5 Gen come to know that, okay, this is the content it is using for 5th standard students. So they set the content and they curate the content. They eliminate unwanted materials, they curate it, and they personalized the content, and they create new content according to the age of the student. There is no need of any human beings to control this. Only this AI assistants can help you. And some schools in future, they cannot access more technological devices like artificial intelligence. So there is a provision of Singularitynet. It is like you can exchange your AI devices. If my institute have one AI device, if you want, you can hire that from that AI device from my institute. So there is a single umbrella that called Singularitynet, where you can exchange your AI services. This is one of the revolutionary change in the field of machine learning. Okay. For example, there is an evolutionary algorithms. We make algorithms or like steps, to perform certain task. That is a basic working, for the artificial intelligence. For example, I want to make an what you call a program to the children that they need to acquire the correct pronunciation within 1 hour. So according to that is my objective, to make the student get correct pronunciation within 1 hour. 1 hour class. So I'm going to make a what you call a program for that. So I'll make a program and I run the program. If you have a machine learning technology, you just give a command that, okay, this is my objective, I need a program for this one. That's it. So the machine learning, it creates hundreds of programs. The same thing, the major objective is within 1 hour, people can acquire the correct pronunciation. So that is the main objective. So to fulfill the objective, it will create 100 programs, and virtually they created students, and they give these programs to the virtual students, and they go for the program. If it is 100 program they run, it may have 50 programs it may acquire, if it is attain the objective within 1 hour. So they delete the 50 program, again they take the 50 program, again it will run the 50 program. They will give some kind of mutation, like some parts they'll take from here and another program inbuilt here, again they will mutate it, and again they go for the next trial, and again out of 50 they may select 30, again 30 will mutate, again go for the next trial. In this way, based upon the evolutionary mechanism, the approach, a machine itself create program, and the machine itself run the program, and the machine itself curate the program, and finally you can get the exact product which is going to achieve the objective. It is not only applicable in the field of education, it is applicable in every field. Okay, if you want to launch a product, if you want to make a customer service, whatever may be, you don't need to do anything. You just command a machine which perform the machine learning technologies. It will it will make everything for you. Or if you want to construct a syllabus for your college, okay, for example, if in the next year you are going to give a course on artificial intelligence, for example, you don't need to give you don't need to bang your head on writing these objectives and the units, syllabus, nothing. If you have a machine learning technology, you just give a command that, okay, I need this next semester I need to have a syllabus for artificial intelligence. So the machine itself search for different syllabuses all over the world. What are the universities they're providing artificial intelligence programs? They collect all the information and they mold this syllabus according to your culture. Maybe you are in India, so it curate the materials, and it is it is exactly make a syllabus which is suited for the Indian students. In that way, you can filter it out. You just give the command, a machine can do everything for you. This is an example of what kind of you may thinking that, okay, this AI devices which is only helping for that the students, and people have a very bright the very hardworking bright students. Nothing like that. Artificial intelligence is also helpful for the most challenged students also. I think it is more helpful for the challenged students, like physically challenged or mentally whatever. So an AI system is acting like a third eye. I just show you in a video. It shows that how AI systems will help for the blind individuals. This is just a couple of minutes video.
I'm Saqib Sheikh. I lost my sight when I was 7, and shortly after that, I went to a school for the blind. And that's where I was introduced to talking computers, and that really opened up a whole new world of opportunities. I joined Microsoft 10 years ago as a software engineer. I love making things which improve people's lives. And one of the things I've always dreamt of since I was at university was this idea of something that could tell you at any moment what's going on around you.
I think it's a man jumping in the air doing a trick on a skateboard.
I teamed up with like-minded engineers to make an app which lets you know who and what is around you. It's based on top of the Microsoft Intelligence APIs, which makes it so much easier to make this kind of thing. The app runs on smartphones, but also on the Pivot Head smart glasses. When you're talking to a bigger group, sometimes you can talk and there's no response, and you think, is everyone listening really well, or are they half asleep? And you never know.
I see two faces. 40-year-old man with a beard looking surprised. 20-year-old woman looking happy.
The app can describe the general age and gender of the people around me and what their emotions are, which is incredible. One of the things that's most useful about the app is the ability to read out text.
Hello, good afternoon. Here's your menu.
Great, thank you. I can use the app on my phone to take a picture of the menu, and it's going to guide me on how to take that correct photo.
Move camera to the bottom right and away from the document.
And then it'll recognize the text. Read me the headings.
I see appetizers, salads, paninis, pizzas, pastas.
Years ago, this was science fiction. I never thought it would be something that you could actually do. But artificial intelligence is improving at an ever faster rate. And I'm really... As engineers, we're always standing on the shoulders of giants, building on top of what went before. And in this case, we've taken years of research from Microsoft Research to pull this off.
I think it's a young girl throwing an orange frisbee in the park.
For me, it's about taking that far-off dream and building it one step at a time. I think this is just the beginning.
So this is what we are talking about, how this AI technology helps for the challenged individuals. And the machine, you can see a lot of digital devices, machines, it guide better than human beings. Okay, let's come to the point, artificial intelligence and how this impact in the e-commerce. There are a few points I can discuss, like the implication of in the e-commerce. In future, you will have these chatbots for the customer service. If you're buying a product, it is not ending the business there. It will go for a customer service as well. So AI inbuilt chatbots will be in the future for customer service. And you see the handling customer data. A human being cannot handle a huge amount of data. So an AI device, they can handle a huge amount of data with a very quick time. And inventory management or recommendation of other business outcomes or products, and the cyber security, better decision making, and after sales service. These are the few points we'll discuss. And chatbots is nothing like, I just have given some example in that last point. Chatbots are simply automated programs like one second. So chatbots are very automated programs that if you call that customer service, a chatbot, they pick the phone and it will give the answers. If you have very general answers, it will give the answers. And if it is more sophisticated, as I told you before, there are devices which assess your personality based upon the way you talk and the word you choose. And chatbots are providing 24/7. They cannot board by the agent or customers, like human beings. And most of the chatbots in future, it will be built by artificial intelligence. So it is having much more better communication than human beings. Handling customer data, that is, we have a huge data. If you go for e-commerce and all, you need to deal with a huge data in every day. So a human cannot perform a huge data and analyzing the data and making a conclusion. It's very difficult. But an AI device, it is very easy to handling a huge amount of data. It collect data and also it's structured in a different form. It is generalized and it will give you the output in a very short span of time. And it is also help to understand the customer behavior, from the whole population. And it will also analyze each individual buyer also. Now, what kind of individual buyer is opting for this kind of a product, and it is that is also will be identify artificial intelligence. So handling customer data, it will be a huge change in the future by the penetration of artificial intelligence. And image search, okay, in the future you will have artificial intelligence image search. For example, one example I tell you, know we have this smart TVs. Okay, you have Netflix or Amazon Primes, where you can watch the released movies sitting inside your home. So the future the e-commerce will be, if you have a smart TV and you are watching a movie and you see that, okay, you like one dress which an actress in that movie. Okay, you watch a movie and finally you said, okay, one actor is come with a dress which are really beautiful. So you really want to know that, oh, from where did that actor buy that dress. You don't need to do anything. You just click on or touch on the screen on the particular dress. It will show you the brand of that particular dress, and it will also search the available shops nearby your locality. So in a simple click you can order it. This kind of image search, and the future business will be like this, like D2 what you call D2C business, direct to customer service. And inventory management, you need to keep on updating what if in the e-commerce materials, like you can't keep human beings cannot keep an eye on every customers. Okay, but an artificial intelligence, they can keep on eye on every customers. For example, I am giving a order in the Amazon, a book, and the next day again I'm getting some suggestions from my computer that, okay, this book also you may like. Who knows that? So you don't know, you purchase some material, automatically the computer algorithms or artificial intelligence systems, it keep on tracking you, your attitude, your interest, everything, and it will give you some suggestions also. So this kind of inventory management and updations, it is AI system, it build a much more better performance than human beings. Recommendation system, that is what I told you for Amazon or this one, you purchase one product from any Amazon or Flipkart, and the next day you get also some kind of a recommendation from the site. You also go for this, you may like this. So this is done by the AI machine learning system algorithms. It can predict that your behavior, the buyer behavior, from your the things you are searched in the past time, or you liked, or you are going through frequently into the particular product. So it is automatically, the algorithm automatically identify your behavior and your interest, and it will recommend for the next product. And cyber security is one of the most important thing is if you have a very good artificial intelligence updated version, it will prohibit unwanted or fraudulent transactions. You can cheat you can cheat a human, but it is very difficult to cheat a machine. So in the companies have started using for artificial intelligence devices for cyber securities purposes. And better decision taking, I told you how this artificial intelligence helped human beings to have a better decision making. It is not only helping decision making to buy a product. It is not only helping in that, it also helping to find a better partner. You see how much importance you are giving to a system to find a better partner for you. And artificial intelligence, it will make a huge data analysis in a very less amount, and a very faster decision making power it has. And the main algorithms is they can easily find the different patterns and predict the customer's behavior, and it helps to have a more purchasing power. And after sales services, I told you before, there are many chatbot services. It will be in the future. It is automated feedback systems also. So it will easily identify your personality, judge your personality. According to that, it will give the commands. These are the few points I tell that, but it doesn't mean that in the future you won't get any shops, or shops will be disappeared. It is not like that. Okay, the shops will be there, but you need to repurpose that the shops. Like some companies, they started delivery by drone delivery. Okay, you just order it from the company, and the product they delivered by drone, like these stationaries. And as I discussed with the Tesla company, Tesla car you can book now. You can book online. A car is you can book by online, and you can buy the Tesla car anywhere in the world. It will run for you, and it will get additional income. And you can have online purchase by just seeing on the TV and clicking on the screen. That is what the image searching in the future. And you can see there are many other sorry. One of the interesting thing I came to know, that I just referring some materials. So the Nike company, they started making this product customization. For example, if you want to order a Nike shoes, you can personalize it. If you want to write your name on the shoes, also you can like that. So those kind of customization online. So the companies are they started mostly the e-commerce. They started thinking beyond from the traditional way of selling goods. Artificial intelligence, there are different waves. Starting from 1970, it is to 1990. It is only the system have only could learn and generalize. You can see the second wave of artificial intelligence. It started making minimal ability to reason and generalize things. But this is a very third wave of artificial intelligence from 2020 to 2030. The machines are very excellent at perceiving, learning, and reasoning, and able to generalize things. And they able to explain the decision they have taken, and able to learn and functions with minimal human supervision. Yeah. Fourth wave, that is after 2030, after 10 years, you can see a drastic change in the area of artificial intelligence. A machine can perform any intellectual task more than a human can. So those stage called artificial intelligence, general intelligence, turning to artificial super intelligence. So what happened if we have this kind of devices everywhere, and how happen if automation comes in the sectors? So what is the impact of automation on employment? in future, I tell you, you won't get a job which based upon your knowledge, because Google knows everything. So you get a job if you have the ability to apply your knowledge. So that will be the main criteria for the future job seekers. And this is a potential job at very risk by the automation. You can see the transportation and storage. This is the autonomous wave is dark color. Okay, from 30 to 50% is already they have automated by transportation. No need of any human beings. It is completely automated. Manufacturing section, construction is 20 to 40% is already automated. Administrative and supportive service, wholesale and retail trade is automated up to 20 to 35%. Public administration, defense, finance and insurance, it is slightly automated. Information and communication, you see that it is the automation wave is up to 30%. And professional, scientific, technical sessions and accommodation and food service, human health and social work, education, teachers, autonomous is not that much. So far we are much in a safer space. Okay, not much automation. This is a future employment. It is a study conducted in 2013. Okay, so it shows that 98% of sports referees will be replaced within 20 years. It is replaced and it will be displaced by artificial intelligence. So you won't be seeing any referees after 20 years. All artificial intelligent devices which control the sports. Cashier, 97% of cashier jobs will be eliminated by artificial intelligent devices, or like automation. Chef, you have computer chef, mean robotics. Waiters, 94% of waiters will be replaced in the coming 20 years. Paralegal assistant, 94%. Tour guides, 91. Bakers, 89. Drivers, 89. Going to be completely automated vehicles. So 89% of drivers will be eliminated from this area. Construction laborers, veterinary assistants, security guards, sailors, bar attendants, carpenters, lifeguards. Archaeologists, only 0.7%. 0.7% will be eliminated in the next after 20 years. It means that archaeologists, it needs more sophisticated, they need to go for more sophisticated data, identify the culture, tradition. If you get a fossil, it's very difficult to get inferences. And most of the business people, they don't do like that. Once they invent any artificial intelligent machine to have this to perform like an archaeologist, but they can perform in a particular task. It won't be using for any other purpose, because it is the fossils are different from different regions. So in that way, it won't give much importance in the business sector. So only 7.7% will be automated, but other jobs are highly risk in the future. This much I told you before. Machine is everything, and it is better than human. It is not like that. A machine cannot learn everything. For example, it does not understand itself. A machine cannot understand itself, and it has no common sense. And are you you ask a question to a machine, are you an empathetic friend? Probably you won't get any answer. Empathy, that is humane. How well do you understand quantum physics? How well do you understand? That is also, you won't get any answer from a machine. How are you feeling right now? Feeling is completely humane. Okay, a machine cannot feel things. Can you meditate? A machine cannot meditate. So there are many things machine cannot perform. See, this is the pictures. You see that. See, I can see the expression, from your face. You'll be very happy. You can see the passion, love, caring, the parenting, compassion, So if you see these pictures, you feel a little happy, and your face is also a little like very pleasure. You can feel things, while looking at the picture. What about this picture? I think your face may change. You can feel the poverty, the pathetic conditions of people, sympathy, empathy. You can feel. So you get a feeling, you get a feeling. So these kind of feelings you cannot expect from a machine. This kind of feelings, it's very humane nature. Okay, a machine cannot feel things. Last part, AI and privacy. If we were discussing about data and sharing the data, the data is a new oil, everything. So there is a question raised behind this AI system and privacy. In Japan and China, there are many surveillance cameras, and that is the cameras are inbuilt with artificial intelligence. So if you look at the camera, they can identify your emotions, and not only emotions. If you, for example, you are crying, okay, if you cry, your tears come out. The amount of tears also it will calculate. A camera will calculate the amount of tears, which is coming through your eyes. So these kind of things will make a very big issues among the public. So they made a propaganda of removing these surveillance cameras across the street because they don't want to share their emotions, to the machines. So that is a problem. That is an issue of AI and privacy. Why should I share my emotions, or why should I go for machines to allow to read my emotions? And the second news also, it came in this 2013 in Time magazine. Angelina Jolie, that very famous actress, Hollywood actress. She has written an article on about the awareness of breast cancer. Angelina Jolie was she was very healthy, and she didn't have any kind of health problems, and she went for a gene testing, and after the result came, and it shows that she had a genetic disposition of breast cancers. Her parents, like her mother and grandmother, they died at a little early age because of the breast cancer. So after testing after gene testing, she came to know that she was also carrying the dangerous mutated gene inside her body. So in future, she may get 87% of chances to get cancer in the future. So what she did, she went through double mastectomy, and she removed her breast. She was quite fine, but she trusted the algorithm's recommendation. It is coming from a machine. The machine told her that you are carrying a very dangerous gene, mutated gene, which made your mother and grandmother died at a very early age. You have 87% of getting the same breast cancer in the future. And that is what she she believed the recommendation from the algorithms, and she went through double mastectomy. So she said that this individual data, that is her very private story. And why did she share the story into the public? So she wanted to make awareness about the public that there are many technologies, gene testing technologies are available that help you to understand the future potentials health hazard. So for the awareness, her personal story, she made a public. So she was telling individual data should be used for the common good. So there are two different type of people. Some people, they don't want to share their data to the public, but some other people, they share their very personal data to sensitize the people. As we discuss artificial intelligence, it's an intelligence in a very particular sort of way, but in human intelligence, you can see different ways, and human intelligence are most important. So we want humans to complement the AI, artificial intelligence. It's not like we are giving more importance on artificial intelligence than human intelligence. it is better to complement each other. There is an incident happened in 2017. Like you may be knowing that this is a humanoid robot, and this is called Sophia. Her name is Sophia. This is a humanoid robot got citizenship. The first a robot got citizenship. So every day, many countries, they invited Sophia for a communication. This artificial intelligence, very high artificial intelligence, humanoid robot. So once she was invited by the General Secretary Amina Mohammed, Deputy Secretary Amina Mohammed, and Amina Mohammed, she asked a question to Sophia that see, you are very intelligent, intelligent machine. Will you be a threat to the humanity in the future? She asked, you are an intelligent machine, will you be a threat to the humanity in the future? So after hearing the questions, Sophia just laughed. Sophia has the ability to express the emotions, and Sophia just laughed and just smiled, and Sophia said, wherever I go, people asking the same question. Now I am started thinking about that question. I repeat, wherever I go, people ask the same kind of questions. Now I started thinking about the question. A machine says that I started thinking. That is the beginning of technological singularity, where you cannot find any difference between a human intelligence and a machine intelligence. This will be the game changer in the future. So we will be discussing about this technological divide, digital divisions, everything. But in after 10 years, you will be discussing about more division based upon artificial intelligence. You are a college or university or a business or e-commerce, whatever it may be, your survival is depending upon the type of intelligence devices, artificial intelligence devices you have. There will be a huge gap. It will come within the next 10 years. So we will be having more webinars on artificial intelligence divide after 2030. And one second. And as I told you, that technology, you cannot predict that technological what kind of direction it goes. Technology goes at any direction. It's just like an avalanche. Avalanche is like a sudden fall of snow. You cannot predict which way the snow falls. Sometimes it falls and it will appear like a different place, because there is a big shake under the avalanche. You can see a very natural snowfall, but there is a big shake under the snowfall. Same thing, technology have a very big shake under. So we don't know what direction the technology grows. So it is called as a technological avalanche. You always need to prepare for the future technological change, accommodate for the new technologies. That is the only way. As we say, your survival of the fittest, but I would say your survival is depending upon how fittest and how fastest you are to accommodate the technology. So your survival is depending upon how fittest and fastest you accommodate the new technology. Thank you for listening. And for further reading, you can go for 2 books. I'll suggest. One is Alvin Toffler, Future Shock, and the second book is Yuval Noah Harari's 21 Lessons for the 21st Century. Thank you for listening. So if you have any doubts, I can clarify now.
Thank you, sir. Now I would like to throw open the session for question answer session. So audience, if you have any queries or questions, you can please ask. There are no questions posted in the chat box.
Yeah, I
Uh,
have gone through the chat box. I could not find anything.
Yes, sir.
Participants, you can also ask. You can raise the hand. You can ask the questions. No.
Now we have reached the end of the session. So now may I call upon Dr. Padma, Assistant Professor, Department of Commerce, to deliver the vote of thanks.
Thank you, Shikila ma'am. Good evening to all. I'm Dr. Padmasi, Department of Commerce, SSMRV College. It gives immense pleasure to deliver the vote of thanks for this 21st edition. Writer said that saying thank you is more than good manners. It is good spirituality. As part of 21st edition of online national level faculty study circle, SSMRV College, Department of College organized the initiative for knowledge sharing on revolution of artificial intelligence in e-commerce. Ponte Brooks said that artificial intelligence is a tool, not a threat. We understand today from Dr. Nishanth PM that computers are able to see, hear, and learn. Welcoming to the future. Thanks for your informative and inspiring speech, sir. I would like to thank our principal, Dr. S. Anil Kumar, who honored this function with inspirational thoughts. I would like to thank our department HOD and IQAC coordinator, Dr. Nagaraj sir, and the FSC convener, Mrs. Umay Salma ma'am, and all organizing committee members, and our college technical expert, Gogul sir, all department HODs, participants, staff members, and last but not the least, our beloved audience for making this program a grand success. Once again, thank you one and all present over here. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Uma Selma, for inviting me for this webinar. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Participants, we have shared
Shall I
the...
exit the session? Shall I exit?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thanks a lot, sir.
Yeah, thank you.
We are much privileged to have you. Thank you. Participants,